Shaquille Majuri for MMA Mania here with Corey Anderson, biggest fight of his life, and finally getting a little bit of the attention that I think you rightfully deserve. You're the last man standing here on Media Day. Have you noticed a little more attention coming your way this time, and are you enjoying it? Is it more than you really feel comfortable dealing with?
I mean, I have no problem with the attention of the media. I mean, I started my fourth fight was in the Ultimate Fighter, so you did all that media, and I got used to it. But I definitely am getting more media, but I don't think it's so much for me. It's because of Johnny Walker. Everybody, he's the hype, and they already interview him, so they want to get a rebuttal from me.
Now, there are some who may say you're not that exciting. I counter by saying not many fighters get on the Joe Rogan experience. And you said something on there that I'd like to touch base on, and that's that Ben Askren is sort of the number one thing that got you into mixed martial arts. And I was wondering if you could share some thoughts on his last two fights, the idea that he might retire after that. Just like what goes through your mind when you hear all that and you see his performances?
I mean, I still think Ben is one of the greatest. He's just making simple mistakes. You just got to go back and just sit with his family and figure out what he want to do. If he want to sit back and he realize he got other ventures and there's no point in him fighting on anymore, more power to you, brother. Walk away from it with your head held high and the health that you have. And if he goes back and reassess everything and he wants to keep coming, come on back. Just make sure you're doing the right thing. Study what you did wrong and let's not make those mistakes again and get back to the belt.
Now, you've come out recently about how, you've always been a company man, and you sort of had the realization recently that you're just another number to the UFC. What is the realization that more fighters need to have about their relationship with the company?
And once you lose, it's about over with. Like I tell everybody, look at Tyson Pedro. I've seen about Tyson Pedro. They used to hype Tyson up when he came. He was 3-0 in the UFC, blah, blah, blah. Then he lost 2 in a row, whatever it was. And it was Tai Masui, the heavyweight, Donald Cerrone, and somebody else, and him in Australia. And they was all doing shoeys and drinking and having a good time. In the picture, they tagged Tai, they tagged Cerrone, and they tagged the other guy, but they didn't tag Tyson. He was sitting there broad as day in the front. And it was like, it got to the point where it's like once they're not promoting you anymore if you're not exciting, Now Ty has lost 2. Hopefully they don't do the same to him because I like Ty, but it's just the way it goes. While you winning, it's just like fake fans. When you winning, they on your side. But once you lose, it's kind of like, who are you? You've quickly forgotten. You just got to make sure you make your name and keep your name in people's mouth on your own because they're not going to promote you anymore.
Some people would say you have a boring style. Does that motivate you at all? Does it bother you? Does it just kind of bounce off you? What kind of goes through your brain, and how do you sort of process that?
I mean, I process it. Here's what it is. If you got to go on Netflix and they got a documentary series or a series called Losers. There's a guy in there. They did the icing, whatever, when you throw the curling. Yeah, and there was a guy there, and he remembered the one event where the whole crowd was booing, everybody was booing, and he loved it. And they called him boring because it was impossible to beat him. He said, I didn't care what the fans said. It was the fact that we figured a style that nobody can beat. Like, that's a great feeling knowing like you didn't master something that no matter what you do, they can't beat it. They know exactly what's coming, but you can't beat it. That's the feeling you want to have, and that's where I'm at. Let them think I'm boring. Let them say what they want. That's fine. But if you're not beating me, who cares? I'm winning. That's all that matters.
In some ways, people can paint this as a striker versus grappler match. I'd just like to get your quick thoughts. What do you think is the biggest challenge that Johnny Walker presents to you, and what do you think is your biggest advantage over him? The
biggest challenge Johnny has to me is unpredictability. You never know. He can throw anything from anywhere. He's explosive. He's fast. He's quick with it. And that's great for another guy as a striker that's going to stand there in front of you and play rock'em sock'em robots. But the advantage I have is I can do just about everything. Like, I'm a big guy, but I'm light on my feet. Everybody know I move like Frankie Edgar. And everybody know I got takedowns like Khabib. And now I have the ground and pound like Curtis Blades. So you put everything together, you have to catch me. It's your only best bet to beat me. His best bet to beat me is to catch me. Other than that, you want to go anywhere else, it's not going to be a good night.
As we wrap up here, is there anything outlandish or crazy you'd like to say to create a viral moment?
I mean, no, that's not me. That's my style. I'm going to continue to be me. I'm going to keep winning. I'm going to keep fighting. I'm going to keep doing what I'm doing. Well, hate it or love it, like me or not, I'm going to be here, and I'm going to be here to the end.
It's a lot of exciting development in the light heavyweight division. I'm thrilled that you're part of it, man. Best of luck on Saturday.
Thank you.